Now we are going to know the crystal field splitting in square pyramidal complex. In square pyramidal complex, hybridization is either dsp3 or sp3d. Inner orbital complex, it is for outer orbital complex. The shape is like this. It is a square planar, It is square pyramidal. Like this. Square pyramidal. So, square pyramidal complex is formed from an octahedral complex. If another ligand is there on another z-axis, here, so that is octahedral complex. There is no ligand here. So, square pyramidal complex is formed from an octahedral complex by removal of one Z ligand. So, removal of one ligand from Z axis. From an octahedral complex, we get square pyramidal complex. Observe here, one ligand is present on Z axis. So, Z component orbitals are getting less repulsions. Due to less repulsions, Z component orbitals are getting lower in energy. And these two are x and y axis. Because 4 ligands are there on x and y axis. These component, x and y component orbitals are getting more repulsions, then more in energy. It indicates that Z component orbitals are lower in energy, that means it is lower the barycenter. X and y component orbitals, due to more repulsions, they are getting higher in energy, which are above the barycenter. Now we observe the crystal field splitting diagram for this complex. Now, in this splitting, X and Y component orbitals are getting higher energy. In this, the orbitals which are present along the axis are comparatively more in energy than which are present in between the axes. Here also, dz square is comparatively higher in energy than that of dyz and dzx. So this splitting is based on only one ligand is present on z-axis, less repulsions on z orbitals or z component orbitals. That's why z component orbitals are lower the barycenter. X and y component orbitals are above the barycenter. So this is crystal field splitting in square pyramidal complex. Next, crystal field splitting in linear complexes. So linear complexes are Ml2 type complexes. What is the hybridization here? sp hybridization. We can write Ml2 complex like this. Either this or both are linear in shape. So these ligands are to be considered as which are present on z-axis. In linear complexes, 2 ligands are present on z-axis. Because they are present on z-axis, z component orbitals are getting more repulsion. So z component orbitals are going to higher energy level when compared to x and y component orbitals. And in this also, dz square is more in energy than that of dxz and dyz. It indicates that even in z component orbitals, the orbitals which are present along the axis are getting more repulsions when compared to the orbitals which are lying in between the axis. And the rest of the x and y component orbitals irrespective of the orientation of orbitals. Irrespective of the orientation of orbitals, it means they may present along the axis or in between the axis. They are going to lower energy level and which are same in energy because no ligand is approaching through x and y axis. Now we will observe the splitting in linear complex. So the splitting of linear complex is should be like this. So in this dz square and dyz, dzx all are z component ligands which are above the barycenter, in which the orbitals which are present on along the axis are getting relatively more in energy than that of orbitals which are lying in between the axis. So these two are a set of degenerate orbitals known as E double H. Here also E prime, single prime. So if you take prime here, E double prime we will write. So here also. So irrespective of the orientation of x and y component orbitals, they are having same energy and which are below the barycenter. This is the order of energy of orbitals after splitting in linear complex. I hope you understand. Thank you students. Bye.